Okay, I think we're recording. All right, man. So we are here with my main man, Amer. Now, Amer is actually, he was a member of this gym. What was that, like 2014, 15, something like
Yep,
that?
yep, yep.
So years ago, he's stayed in my network. We have mutual friends. We're buds. And then I think after just incessant posting on Instagram, I finally broke him, and he hit me up. He's like, "All right," and this was literally 12 weeks ago from today. Um, so, anyway, so Amr, I'm just curious, like, if you wouldn't mind just explaining, like, what you were doing leading up to that point, and like why it wasn't working for you.
Yeah, I mean, I've always, I was at CrossFit with you many, many years ago, and then I got distracted with life and work, and kind of put on a bunch of weight, and started, always thinking about it. It was always on my mind, needing to improve my fitness, but never getting consistent results. Never, it was always up and down, and it's basically trending up
Were
over
you
time.
were you doing less like random stuff online, or were you trying to make it your own? Like, what were you doing?
Yeah, I was like trying to jog like maybe once a week, and go to the gym and figure it out on my own like once a week, but it was really probably more like once every 2 weeks.
And you weren't getting just totally shredded and packing on lean muscle from that?
I wasn't getting totally shredded. No,
What?
no, the
Uh,
opposite was happening.
okay, and then so we had our call. We got signed up, and then what was your experience in the beginning?
Yeah.
Were you overwhelmed? Were you nervous? Like, how was the whole process for you?
Yeah, I think in the beginning it feels a little overwhelming, because what really is, I think, the difference with your program, which really stood out, is the you have a big emphasis on measuring. You can't manage what you don't measure. That's your motto. And so, figuring out how to log meals, enter foods. Of course, you gave me a meal plan, made it super easy, but it still felt like some enormous task to do.
Yeah, yeah.
That was one thing, and then finding the time to work out and devote. But that was really just about scheduling and blocking off the time.
Yeah, just prioritizing it, right? Like
Exactly.
what I always tell people who say they're too busy is that like no one's too busy for things that are important to them. And everybody says that the top three most important things in their life are their family, their career, and their health. Maybe not in that order, but somewhere around there, the top three is health. Yet it's the one thing that we can constantly find reasons to postpone. And then when we finally just go, okay, we got to focus on it. Sure, it can be a little bit of a pattern interrupt at first, trying to find that time each day to do it. But then what ends up happening is you get some freaking results, right? So what did you discover then during the process, and what kind of results did you see?
I discovered that it really is it really is about what you eat. First of all, I think diet is so important, and doesn't have to mean eating very little, because you have a focus on calorically dense food. So really, I was eating a lot,
Yeah,
chewing a lot of food.
always said that you felt like you're too full,
Yes. I
right?
felt like I was eating too much, but the results started coming in, and it was really about consistency, just kind of hitting the consistency all the time. Once I got into that pattern, that worked really well for me.
Great. And then what kind of results did you end up seeing over the course of this process? And by the way, let me say that not only was this over the holidays, right? So traditionally, the average American gains 8 to 10 pounds from Thanksgiving to New Year's. So you did this over the holidays, which I'm sure there's probably a moment there where you're like, what was I thinking? But also, your wife was pregnant, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
so you have all these things going on, and so what? Any one of those would have been a challenge,
Yep.
and so you had all that going on, but you stuck with it. You're super dedicated. You committed yourself to this process. And even over the holidays, even with the pregnant wife, we ended up losing what, 12, 13 pounds of body fat?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
pretty amazing. Yeah. Good.
I'm definitely happy.
Yeah.
Definitely happy with the results. I think, those moments when I wanted to get off track, having you there, kind of messaging with you, or prepping and planning for Thanksgiving and Christmas wasn't really hard, because you taught me how to manage my calories for the week, and so I ended up not gaining any weight those weeks.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'm super happy with the results, super happy with the discipline I gained, and it feels sustainable. it
Great.
doesn't feel like I just starved for 12 weeks. It really feels like I've just shifted back to kind of the mentality I used to have before, where it's just like, this is just the way of life.
That'd be a lifestyle, man. Fantastic. Appreciate it. Awesome, man. So who would you recommend?
You know what? I recommend this guy named Justin. He's the best. He's the best trainer I know around. It's definitely worth it.
What kind of person do you feel like would benefit from this?
Anybody who's struggling, I mean, anybody who wants to get a hold on their fitness, but especially if you've tried different things, if you can't find the motivation, I think the way you tie in the fitness with the coaching and the check-ins, a little bit of life coaching, it all combines to create this perfect storm, really keep you on track, keep you motivated,
Perfect.
keep you going.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it, brother.
Man, thank you.